Another area of the GPSBT module, which is not talked about as much because generally the GPSBT application caters for most functions, is the ability to do some custom I/O functions from the module. Now the module actually does have 4 inputs and 4 external outputs. And while you actually have the control of the outputs from the GPSBT application, that's only actually present when the application is active. That's a really important point here. Now, if you're wanting to do some custom functions with the outputs that are always active, let's say, for example, you're wanting to say turn on an output, or you're wanting to create a light or something like that, or a speed output that's going to a dash, for example, from the GPS value, then this needs to be done via the SCAL communication platform of the module. And you can get to this by plugging in the USB-C connector at the back of the modules, and then basically connecting to your laptop and opening the SCAL software. You then go to Device Connect, and once you've connected, you will be presented with this screen in front of you. Now, this is a GPSBT, so it's got a few more maps available than, say, the BTIMU, but we're going to run through these. So you've got the ability in the custom PWM area to basically, first of all, enable a 3K pull-up resistor on the output. If you're actually wanting to simulate, say, a speed signal going into a dash or something like that, sometimes a pull-up is needed and other times it's not. You've got the ability to change the frequency, and you've then got this open map to be able to do as you wish. Now, to set the axes for these, you can go to View, Customizing, and then in here you can actually select some of the items that are available from the installed items on the unit. What that means is the GPS or the custom maps. Now, you can't get all of the items that are, say, coming in from the ECU at this present time, but we will look to add those in the future, so you can do that. But for most people, if they are wanting to do that and grab something from the ECU, like an RPM, then you can actually do that by basically using the data stream, generic can receive. You can enable that, select the bus you're on, and then assign that to, say, the custom item here. You can then set up the start bit, offset, etc. to grab that CAN information. And then you go back into the view customizing. It's already set as custom 1. And you can actually then in here rename this item. So you can basically go then and say, okay, I want to make this item, so for example, RPM from dash or something like that. You can then save that, and then that can actually then be pulled into and is used in the custom maps. And then you can assign that output in the pin assignments to the output you want to use. And once you've then done that, you can actually then drive that output as you wish. You've got a speed output, again, which is based on the GPS. So based on the GPS speed you're doing, you can set a pulse per meter, enable the pull-up as well if you wanted to. And then obviously I've gone over the use definable sensors as well. These can be assigned to the pin assignments. So for example, if you have got an external switch that you're wanting to have that feeds into the modules, into the ECUs, let's say you've got some calibration switches, TC switches, you can actually wire these into the ECU direct and then transmit those via the generic CAN transmit over the CAN bus to your ECU. You can also send the raw voltage value as well if you wanted to, which is what is done as default.